Do you give people who make this case that that was the beginning and that there had to be something that provoked the beginning, do you give them an A at least for trying to reconcile faith and reason?
I don't think they're reconcilable.
What do you mean?
Well, so let me say that differently. All efforts that have been invested by brilliant people of the past have failed at that exercise. They just fail. And so the track record is so poor that going forward, I have essentially zero confidence, near zero confidence that there will be fruitful things to emerge from the effort to reconcile them. So, for example, if you knew nothing about science and you read, say, the Bible, the Old Testament, which in Genesis is an account of nature. That's what that is. And I said to you, give me your description of the natural world based only on this. You would say the world was created in 6 days and that stars are just little points of light, much lesser than the sun. And in fact, they can fall out of the sky, right? Because that's what happens during the Revelation. One of the signs that the second coming is that the stars will fall out of the sky and land on earth. So to even write that means you don't know what those things are. You have no concept of what the actual universe is. So everybody who tried to make proclamations about the physical universe based on Bible passages got the wrong answer. So what happened was, when science discovers things and you want to stay religious, or you want to continue to believe that the Bible is unerring, what you would do is, you would say, well, let me go back to the Bible and reinterpret it. Then you say things like, oh, they didn't really mean that literally, they meant that figuratively. So this whole sort of reinterpretation of how figurative the poetic passages of the Bible are came after science showed that this is not how things unfolded. And so the educated religious people are perfectly fine with that. It's the fundamentalists who want to say that the Bible is the literal truth of God and want to see the Bible as a science textbook, who are knocking on the science doors of the schools trying to put that content in the science. Enlightened religious people are not behaving that way. They're saying, yes, science is cool, we're good with that, and use the Bible to get your spiritual enlightenment and your emotion.
You know, he is right. In order to accept their concept of the universe, the heliocentric doctrine, the globe model, you have to spiritualize the Bible. You can't take it literally. So when God told Joshua that he will make the sun to stand still, you can't take that literally. Or when Isaiah said he'll make the sun to go back, you can't take that literally. Or when God tells us the sun moves as a circuit around the earth to give light, you can't take that literally. Or when God tells us that he places the sun, the stars, the moon under the firmament, you can't take that literally. When God tells there's waters above the firmament, you can't take that literally. It's all spiritual. And this is what most Christians are doing to make it fit the heliocentric doctrine. And they don't understand the gravity and the dangers of it. But I think he knows. He's a smart man. He's not stupid. That's why he says, if you take the Bible literally, then, you're a fundamentalist, you're a fanatic. But if you don't, then I'm with you, you're cool, but don't try and change our ideas because we're right. And remember, the Bible tells us there's only two classes, those who hold fast to the faith of God, those that will be seen as fanatical, as crazy in the world, just as Noah did, and those that will conform their ideas to fit the world. Two classes. And bear in mind that this guy is on Satan's side. The heliocentric doctrine, NASA, is a product of Jesuitism. This is Rome. And it's crazy to see. Many don't see where it's going. Many professed Christians now siding with Rome in regards to creation. And when you start to spiritualize the Bible, creation, then why not spiritualize the Sabbath, huh? The seventh day. Jesus is our rest, you know. We've already seen there's no waters. You know, we know that there's no firmament. What about the Sabbath? You see, friends, when Satan comes to get you to reject the Sabbath or try to get us to do it, he's not going to be open about it. It's a slow and subtle deception. And we need to fear, because we are told that the majority of us who call ourselves Seventh-day Adventists will end up rejecting the Sabbath. It's always a remnant. It's a slow deception. That's how Satan got ancient Israel to sin. It was a slow deception gradually to start rejecting the word. And this is where it's going, and you better believe it, that this is not a joke. This is why there are so many atheists in the world today. It's because of these sciences. They are honest. You can't reconcile it with the Bible. Like the Jesuits, these atheists know their Bible better than many Christians today. You see, when the Bible tells you the stars will fall from heaven, it literally means that. But when you adopt NASA's versions, you run into problems with the Bible. Now, this is what an Adventist recently posted. This is what he uses to depict the world, the earth. You see the so-called planets outside of the earth, you know, and this is just an illustration. It's not even a photo. It's an image designed by atheists, pagans, and we adopt it. And I know many may be ignorant, but as the Bible says, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is death. Friends, we are approaching serious times, and it's about time that we know our Bible really for what it is. The Bible tells that the stars are not outside the firmament. They are not somewhere in the distance, billions and billions and trillions of light years away. That's false, because according to God's creation, He placed the stars, which include the sun, the moon, the lights, in the firmament. They are above us on a flat, stationary plane. And we are surrounded by water. Not my words. Read the Bible. Read Genesis. This is what God is telling us. Those what they call planets, you can't live on them. They are not possible species that can survive on them. They are lights. Now some may say, what about 2 Kings chapter 23 verse 5? It talks about planets, right? But check out your Bible concordance. They are constellations, and constellations are simply a cluster of stars. The Bible doesn't talk about any habitable planet that is within our firmament. There are worlds out there outside our firmament, and I'm getting lots of questions on that, and I hope to address that on another video. But they are not in our firmament. So I hope you can see, friends, that this is more, and this is what I want you to understand. This is not about the world being flat, round, or whatever. This is an underground, deceptive work against the Bible. And I have many Seventh-day Adventists say, oh, don't talk about it. It's not important. Excuse me? People's souls are in danger here when they are listening to men who they hold in such high regard, like Neil deGrasse, Elon Musk, and so on. And these men openly express disbelief in the Bible, and many follow them. Many young people, they are seeing the contradictions, they are seeing something different from NASA, and they can't reconcile it with the Bible. So what happens? It leads them to reject God. And they know this. This is their greatest weapon against Christianity. And I can't hold my peace. This is like telling David to keep quiet when he saw Goliath openly mocking God. And the Israelites were just silent. This is not a time to be silent. We are called to expose the iniquity, the man of sin, in hope that people will seek for something better. God tells us everything that's done in secret will be open. And there's a reason why God is giving us this footage, which clearly exposes the gross error and falsehood of NASA. I mean, a couple of years ago, Elon Musk claimed to have sent this space rocket into space to look for life in Mars. But check out the recording. What do you see up there in space? A mouse. So what does that tell you? It's fake. It's a green screen. It's a joke. The footage that you see where they claim to be outside in space, it's fake. It's not real. The footage which they tell you that you can see the curvature of the Earth, it's fake. They use fisheye lenses. It's not real.
With Felix at 128,000 feet above planet Earth, it's Kittinger who tells him it's time to open the capsule door.
There it is. There's the world out there.
Suddenly his legs are hanging out.
Release seatbelt.
Felix is slow to respond to some commands. Kittinger is worried the lack of pressure may be affecting him.
Okay, do you read me, Felix, on the communications?
Finally, a thumbs up. He disconnects himself from the capsule and puts his hands on the railing.
Our guardian angel will take care of you.
With that, Felix dove.
And Felix is back for Earth safely, the new world record holder.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, we're not disputing Felix making the jump because he truly did make the jump. He's truly a badass. But here's what we want to take a look at. Now, in the test footage, they use standard lens cameras, which shows, what things actually truly look like. As you can see here in the background, the horizon is flat. It's straight as far as you can see, even at eye level, even at that altitude. And if you don't believe that, now let's take a look at the real live test footage. As you can see, the same here. Flat horizon, straight, at eye level, even at that altitude. Now, check this out. On the televised jump, they changed the cameras to a wide-angle fisheye lens, which automatically curves the horizon. Automatically. That's the point of this whole video. That's the point of this whole thing. When they show you anything from a high altitude that's televised on mainstream media, they automatically use a wide-angle lens, a fisheye lens, to make the Earth look curved. And here we go. You can see it here on the televised jump. So my point is, when they televise something that's going to be broadcast on mainstream media, they always use the wide-angle fisheye lens camera to make you see a round Earth. And if you don't believe me, I'll let your mainstream astrophysicist scientist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, explain it to you.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. Right. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. That stuff is flat. And then I showed examples of wide-angle lenses curving horizontal. I tweeted that.
You did.
But I don't want to be a spoiled, curmudgeon or anything. I just wanted to put. There's so much to actually be impressed with. I don't want you to be distracted by things that are not. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's all fake. And people in the world are seeing this, and it's making them turn to the Bible. They are seeing the fakeness of it. And the reason why they are lying to us is because they want people to know the Bible. It's an attack on God. It's an attack on creation. It's an attack on the Bible, because these men, they know no better than us. They can't see what we can't see. All they do is lie, deception, deceit. That's the work of Satan. It's to prepare people to accept the Antichrist, when he comes. And we need to recognize this, and we need to understand our Bibles and warn people what's coming with this deception.